Hello, and welcome to LaughingSofa Rankings, where today we'll be power ranking the most annoying Boss Salmonids in Splatoon 3's Salmon Run mode. Now, I've been playing a lot of Salmon Run lately because I've been playing a lot of Splatoon 3 lately, and Salmon Run, also known as Grizzco, gets you that sweet, sweet dinero faster than anything else. And when you play a lot of Grizzco, you begin to find that most, if not all, of the enemies that you fight annoy the shit out of you at some point or another. A couple of ground rules here. I'm only including the boss Salmonids that appear in normal rounds, because the special Salmonids like Mudmouse and Grillers don't appear that often and don't really bother me as much as the ones you have to fight every single round. That also means I'm not including the Ouroboros or the Konosuba, because I just don't really care that much about losing the bonus round. So without further ado, let's start with number 13. Number 13. Dolphin. I don't think I've ever actually been killed by the dolphin, which the Splatoon wiki is telling me is actually called the Flipper Flapper. Pretty much the only danger with the dolphin is if you get caught in the ink and have trouble moving outside the circle before it lands, but literally every enemy in Grizzco can put you in danger if you get stuck in enemy ink. I've got no problem with the dolphin. Probably my favorite Nintendo console as well. Number 12. Moos. Do you remember that old Geico commercial? So easy that a solo queue random can do it? That's what the Moos is. It is literally impossible to not understand how to kill the Moos. You could train a dog to kill the Moos. The only reason he's not last on this list is that he can be a hassle in traffic and sneak up on you occasionally, but otherwise that's it. Number 11. UFO. This is another boss that only kills me when I mess up, which I do constantly, but again, that's on me. This is probably my favorite boss to kill in Grizzco because it's fun to hop up on the UFO and shoot it in the face. No big complaints here. Number 10. Fishstick. The only reason Fishstick isn't at the bottom of this list is because when I get a weapon like the brush or the bow, I get annoyed trying to climb up the tower to kill this thing. You feel like you're a child trying to reach the cookie jar up on the counter. Also, I do occasionally get got when I'm throwing the eggs down from the tower and a Moos somehow attacks right under the bottom of it, which is a hilarious way to die in Grizzco, so I can't even be mad about it. Number 9. Big Shot. So I haven't played Deltarune, and I'm just now learning for the first time that there's a big meme about this boss, but I'm just gonna go ahead and disregard that. Wavebreaker is one of those moves I absolutely should understand how to dodge by now, but which constantly gets me anyway. Otherwise, no real complaints. Number 8. Drizzler. Again, much like the Big Shot, AoE attacks feel like they should be easy to avoid, but create way too many problems for me. I'm also a big button masher, and I get annoyed by this thing hiding in their shield. Get out from under there. Come on. Number 7. Tesla Cybertruck. Now we're getting into the real bastards. Now I was actually down on Elon Musk years before it was cool, but unfortunately he learned about this and sent this bastard to ruin all my Grizzco runs. This one is objectively not really that bad, but I hate it so much. When you get two of them circling your egg basket, it always turns into this big shit show, and when you're in a crowded space, you can never get around the back to actually kill it. And speaking of crowded spaces, this brings me to our next contestant. Number 6. Steel Eel. Probably the easiest boss to kill, but one of the harder bosses to be able to kill. This is the official mascot of team wiping with 18 seconds left. Steel Eel will, without fail, appear at the worst possible time of your run. Steel Eel has no purpose in life other than making it impossible to turn in eggs when you're about to run out of time. Just the biggest asshole you can imagine. Number 5. Screamer. No, it's not your mother-in-law, it's the Stinger. This is another one that's a huge pain in the ass late game, because they always seem to spawn on the opposite side of the map when you're trying to turn in eggs. At the very least, it's a very easy enemy to kill once you track it down, but just a tremendous hassle nonetheless. Number 4. Mr. Grizz. Now I know I said we were only doing regular boss Salmonids, but Mr. Grizz is also the boss. Of you. You might think that I'd be sympathetic to Mr. Grizz because I myself am a bear, but Mr. Grizz is a representative of the most dangerous enemy of all. Capitalism. And I kinda hate his boss fight in the story campaign. Number 3. Steelhead. This is the one that I expect most people will disagree with, but I cannot stand the Steelhead. There's such a long gap between when you're able to damage him, and such a small window in which you can damage him, and I cannot ever hit him for some reason. Also, the explosion always has a wider range than I think it's going to. Number 2. Glowflies. Not technically a boss Salmonid, I don't think, but, like, fuck these guys. Number 1. Missiles. Here we are at number 1 with the most annoying shithead in the game, Flyfish. Like some of the other enemies on this list, Flyfish will ruin your runs from a distance, but what makes Flyfish the worst is the process of killing it. The windows in which you can damage it are relatively narrow, you need to have the ink saved for a grenade, and when you're playing with randoms, you will always throw your grenade into the same opening and not both of them and waste a bunch of time killing it. And this enemy also commits the cardinal sin of requiring me to aim in a Splatoon game. The entire premise of Splatoon is to fire wildly and hope that you hit something. I came here to game, not to aim. Flyfish is the worst. If you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you want more LaughingSofa power rankings. And if you want to leave a comment because you disagree with the list, that's your constitutional right as well.